our hero is being honored, I feel it will be a protection. And then, of course, after that, there will be the more controversial exhibitions, on the Holocaust and etc. So Pune, because it's sampled, Pune because I feel it will be more protected, and of course because we need to honor Shivaji. I want to honor Shivaji. I think that he's not been given the due that he deserves for all the greatness that he did. When Shivaji came, when he was born, the Mughal Empire was at its zenith, and never were Hindu more humiliated than during Aurangzeb's time. In that exhibition we show how Hindus were forbidden to ride elephants or horses, how they had to pay very humiliating taxes such as the jizya tax, and there are records of Aurangzeb's elephants and Aurangzeb himself riding the elephants, trampling Hindus protesting the jizya tax. And there are many witnesses, including a French doctor called Dr. Bernier, who was there and saw the Hindus trampled by Aurangzeb elephants. So in our exhibition on Aurangzeb, we got painters of Jaipur who did in the old miniature style, maybe it is there, I don't know if it is there, Aurangzeb's elephant trampling the Hindus. So the might of the Mughal Empire was at its peak. When Shivaji died, and he died very young, it was finished. It never recovered, It never recovered. And after that, of course, the British came, so actually Shivaji broke the backbone of the Mughal Empire and preserved that knowledge, as I hope, I'm doing my small bit and you will do your small bit to preserve it. Of course, this museum is a huge task. In a way it is a little sad that, it's a Frenchman who ends up having the idea, and having the drive to do it. But maybe because I'm a non-Indian, non-Hindu, people listen to me more and they take me more seriously. And I'm giving more credit. Maybe it's easier for me. So I've decided to start a museum. I am actually in the US doing a fact-funding. Fact is doing raising funds for this museum. We collected $25,000 in Houston and $30,000 in Dallas. After this, I'm going to Washington with my wife and then to LA and San Francisco. My idea is because there are many great ideas like that which never take off the ground. Actually, there is a very famous Shivaji expert in Pune. Some of you probably know him. I will not name him. A very good man. He's probably the foremost expert on Shivaji, and I have met him and we've invited him to exhibition and we honor him because he's really a very old man, and very venerable person. He's been given land by the government of Maharashtra, 7 acres since 10 years, and nothing has come off the ground. So I would like to, being a Frenchman and very practical, hopefully, I would like to start this museum by the end of the year, at least start leveling, tree planting, foundation. I would like to open it in 2 years and to finish it in 10 years. It's a 200 crores project, so I have no illusions that I'm going to get the money at once. First, because nobody gives 200 crores one day at one go, and secondly, because I don't have the exhibitions yet. It's an ongoing process. I'm going to build a small part of the museum, which will be a replicable part. I'm going to build small modules which can be replicated sideways and upwards, so that as it expands, as the exhibition comes, the museum expands physically. At the moment, we have about 12 exhibitions and 7 or 8 films. So the money that we'll gather here in the US will go towards housing these exhibitions. First the Shivaji exhibition, then Aurangzeb, then the other, the Kashmir Pandits, etc., etc. Eventually, it will be divided into wings, the museum. There will be a Hindu Holocaust wing, there will be a Veda wing, there will be a India of Tomorrow wing. It's an expandable, as it happens project. So I commission historians to do research on certain subjects, research which are absolutely historically documented, that nobody can dispute. Like for Aurangzeb, for instance, we use his own records. Aurangzeb wrote a number of firmans Firmans, correct pronunciation? Edicts, yeah. They're still preserved in India. Many of them are still there, the original ones, you know. Just have to ask. Nobody is asking to see them. But if you ask, you might see them because, you know, some of them, they don't want to show it. So we got permission from the Chief Minister of Rajasthan, who was friendly, who knew me. So we got these edicts, we translated them, we scanned them, translated them into, from the Persian to the English and the Hindi. And we just put these as without any comment. Nobody can, people can say, you know, why do you do that? Like for instance, we put the destruction of the Somnath temple, which was destroyed, as you know, 7 times. Now, nobody can dispute that, you know, there is an edict from Aurangzeb ordering the destruction of the Somnath temple. But still in Madras, in Chennai, you know, someone called the Nawab of our court came and he protested, and then, you know, some of his Muslims came from the nearby mosque the next day and they threatened to close down. So the police closed down, some of the institution was damaged. So still people will dispute, but they cannot dispute the historic, you know, value of that museum. This is how I want to do that museum. You know. So that's why it's a huge task, and sometimes I wish that I wouldn't have to do it because I foresee that there's going to be a lot of problems, and also maybe some controversy and some hostility. But nevertheless, now I'm embarked upon that project, and it seems to be rolling. There seems to be some, maybe Shivaji's grace by accident or by fate behind that project. So I have come to you today first to tell you about your knowledge, how precious it is to me and to so many people in the world, and how important it is, how we preserve it. And secondly, to ask for your help to build that museum. Most people that we had in Houston and Dallas, we know that today there's a recession. We know that today it is not so easy as it was to donate money. Most people get, you know, $500. That is the average of what people get. If enough people don't donate $500, it quickly adds up. I would like to go back with $100,000 or $150,000 to India, so that immediately, you know, I have an architect already who's from Auroville. Who's an Indian guy, would do it a little bit in the ancient southern style. I like the southern style, you know, that's a little more homely, and it will, you know, it will be ecologically conscious also, with solar panels, recycling of water. Eventually, I would like, you know, to have a park later, fountains. People can take their children after seeing the museum, sit, enjoy nature, picnic. So it should be a museum of beauty. I would like it to be a museum of beauty. This is how I have come in front of you today, and I thank you for listening to me with so much patience. Thank you very much.
Francois, that was a very inspiring and eye-opening talk. I hope all of you feel the same, and we are very moved to that. A Frenchman like you is actually an activist for preserving Hindu culture and Hindu knowledge, and has taken on this project, which is going to cost 200 crores. We all need to support him in this cause, and that's why we are here. So please, you have with you a pledge form. Start writing your pledges, and if you don't have a checkbook, at least you can pledge, and someone will follow up with you. And there are volunteers who will be going around collecting your pledges. Your names will be announced as you pledge. There are different levels of pledges on this form, and of course, the more you give, the faster the museum can be built. Francois is ready to take questions. So if you have any questions, please put them on a card, and he will be sitting here and answering them while we are also announcing the pledges coming from you.
Okay. I would like to say that we want to honor the people who have pledged. Whatever you pledge, you know, whatever amount you pledge, we're going to honor you in many different ways. First, we're going to build an email bank. Whoever is here and pledges something, we put on the email bank, and you'll be kept informed of what's happening. So we send you photos and feedback of the progress of the museum. Secondly, I don't know how many of you have seen the Met in New York. There are entire walls with the names of, you know, people who have contributed. So So those who contribute, their names, they will show. Their names will be inscribed in some of the walls in the museum. And thirdly, because we need bigger donors, those who contribute, bigger sums, we will name wings or rooms of the museum up there.
Also to remind you, this is a tax deductible donation. Fact India is a 501c3 charitable organization registered in the US, so you will be able to deduct these taxes. And actually I'm pleased to announce the first donation, Prakash Wagmar, $200. Thank you, Prakash. Please bring your questions and pledges.
It's also important, that
this is the